Do you find yourself searching, yearning for more, but you don't know what that more is? I'm Catherine Duncan, near-death survivor, mystic, and intuitive. Welcome to Everyday Awakening. On this podcast, I explore what it means to be alive. I help you awaken into your soul and live fully now. Through inspiring conversations, we'll dive into mindfulness, spirituality, and the transformative power of presence and living aligned with this universal energy. Together, we'll examine life's biggest questions, and I'll share practical wisdom to help you open your heart and awaken to the preciousness of being alive. I'm Catherine Duncan, podcast host of Everyday Awakening. I'm back today with a solo podcast, sharing my thoughts with you on why I started this podcast. Have you ever thought about what it means to be alive? Many people take life for granted and don't think about it until they're in a crisis, experiencing loss, a death, a big upheaval. What does it mean to truly feel alive? My life turned upside down when I was 10 years old. In the 70s, I was diagnosed with a rare childhood cancer and given a 20% chance to live. I started months, years of chemotherapy and radiation. I felt really alone. No one was talking with me. My mother would say, "You're going to be fine," but no one was telling me what was happening. I felt like I was walking on a tightrope between life and death. I felt a pang inside of me. I don't want to die. We were not a religious family. We went to church on and off. Faith had meant nothing to me. And one day, out of nowhere, I started to pray. My prayer was, "Please let me live to be 20 years old." Because I thought if I lived to be 20 years old, I'd see the world. I kept saying this prayer, "Please let me live to be 20. Then one day, praying in my bedroom, sitting on my flowered comforter, this peace flooded my body. A knowing came into me that I was going to be okay and that I wasn't alone. And I just knew, I had a knowing that I was going to live. This feeling of something greater, I started to call God, carried me through the darkest time of my life. This experience cracked me open. And it set in motion my passion to understand what it means to be alive. I started reading books on life and meaning and purpose and spirituality as a teenager. My search began. Why did I start this podcast? After a year of my husband nudging me to start a podcast, I finally said to him, "Stop." I was in the thick of launching my first book, Everyday Awakening, and I had no bandwidth. Then this past fall, late at night, when I was going to bed, it came to me, this idea of starting a podcast. And I just said a prayer to the universe. And I heard this loud voice say to me, "Start the podcast." It was clear as day. Today, I'm ready to take the conversation online, talking with people about life, why we're here, what does it mean to be alive? The many guests I've already had on my podcast and the conversations have been magical. I've been contemplating the meaning of life since I was 11 years old. I recently found a sheet that my father, who's now been gone about 20 years, typed up in a file with the name on it, Catherine, this file that had my name on it. And it was a sheet where I wrote down on the back of a bulletin the meaning of life, and I was 17 years old. I even gave my senior year in high school assembly speech on what it means to be alive. I think we're here to learn, to grow, to open our hearts until the day we die. My hope for you is that these conversations will be thought-provoking, soul-shaping, and transformative. We will dive into spirituality, neuroscience, life, death, and tools to help us open. I've learned so much from my years of being a chaplain, walking with people in crisis, and at end of life and dying. Teachers on how to live fully right now. The biggest takeaway was love. I witnessed many people in their final days drop into a sense of deep presence, an opening, and a aha. Many people even literally said, "Oh, so this is what it means to be alive." And then they died. Many people dropped into this deep embodied love and light surrounded them as they left their body. I've also seen many people come back after they died within days to a week and see me in the middle of the night, open my eyes, and there they are, an outline in blue, green of their shape, nodding their head, thanking me, and then they'd be gone. And my message is, death is not an end. We transform. We are a soul in a body for a short time, and then we move on. I continue to learn so much from my clients, many who've endured trauma, upheaval, crisis, and are searching for more peace, more ease, more grounding. The world is in transition and upheaval, and we can all find this deep peace and love that is not found in our fast chattering ego mind, and it's not of this world. My passion is to live from my heart and soul and oneness with this divine consciousness. This is why I'm here. Every day is an awakening opportunity. To be alive is a gift. All you have to do is say yes. Love to have you join me on this journey. Thank you so much for joining Everyday Awakening. Let's keep the conversation going online. You can follow me on Instagram at Catherine Duncan, MA, BCC. And to keep up to date on the show, subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. I'd love to hear from you.